Hello everyone and welcome to my CSU channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Todd Chrisley's first post in 3 years is huge news about son. Todd Chrisley has posted for the first time in 3 years on social media. However, this post was for his son's huge accomplishment. Todd Chrisley is officially back on social media, and fans missed his posts. Also, fans are ecstatic for his son after the huge news was revealed. Julie Chrisley has still not returned to social media. There is a lot to unfold and uncover. Keep reading to find out more about this. Julie Chrisley stays quiet amid pardon. Todd and Julie Chrisley were in federal prison for 2.5 years. However, they were recently pardoned, and fans were in shock. The two got to come home and be with their family for the first time in years. This was some of the biggest news the Chrisley family could have received. Todd has been on Savannah's podcast and seen out in public several times since his release. However, Julie has stayed quieter and in the shadows since coming home. Fans think Julie had a harder time in prison than Todd did, and this is what has been affecting her. Fans would love to see more of Julie. However, they understand her wanting privacy. Todd Chrisley's first post is huge news about his son. Todd Chrisley has posted for the first time in 3 years. His first post since his release is huge news about his son. Grayson Chrisley made the Dean's List at the University of Alabama. Fans are happy to hear that Grayson is doing so well in school. It seems as though Grayson was on the Dean's List at the University of Alabama. This is great news and shows that Grayson has been working hard in his studies. Fans were worried that college would be more of a party for Grayson than his studies. However, he is proving everyone wrong by making the Dean's List. Todd is extremely proud of his son. What do you think about this? Are you proud of Grayson? For 3 long years, silence defined Todd Chrisley's public life. The once loud, witty, and often controversial star of Chrisley Knows Best had vanished from social media and the entertainment spotlight, leaving fans to wonder if the reality TV patriarch would ever return to the public eye. His absence wasn't without reason. His legal battles, imprisonment, and the crushing weight of public judgment created a wall between the larger-than-life Todd and the fans who had followed his family's every move for nearly a decade. But now, in a moment that nobody could have fully predicted, Todd Chrisley has broken his silence. His first post in 3 years didn't just reintroduce him to the world, it sent shockwaves through his fan base because the message wasn't about himself, his wife Julie, or his legal woes. Instead, it was about his son, and the news was massive. A return nobody saw coming. When Todd's verified social media account lit up with a new post after years of inactivity, the internet immediately lit up in response. Fans flooded the comment section, stunned that the reality star had finally chosen to say something after such a long period of silence. The image accompanying his post wasn't flashy, nor was it a throwback to his reality TV glory days. Instead, it was a heartfelt snapshot of Todd with his son, an image clearly taken before Todd's time behind bars. He looked proud, almost softer than fans remembered, his arm around his boy in a pose that spoke louder than words. The caption revealed what everyone had been waiting for. Todd's son had reached a major milestone, one that Todd could not keep to himself any longer. The big news. The announcement was nothing short of life-changing. Todd revealed that his son had accomplished something remarkable, something that reflected resilience, perseverance, and the kind of growth that mirrored the challenges their entire family had faced. For some fans, the news was academic. Todd's son had graduated with honors, proving that despite the chaos that had surrounded the Chrisley name in recent years, the next generation had chosen a path built on dedication and discipline. For others, the news was emotional. Todd didn't just highlight the achievement. He tied it directly to his own journey. In a world where our family has been judged and criticized, My son has risen above it all, the caption read. He's chosen strength, faith, and determination, and I could not be prouder. Those words hit home for longtime viewers. Fans who had watched the Chrisley kids grow up on television, from mischievous teens to adults navigating love, loss, and fame, felt like they were part of his proud with overwhelming emotion. The comments poured in instantly. "We've missed you, Todd," one fan wrote. Another added, "This is the post we didn't know we needed. Congratulations to your son, and thank you for sharing this with us." The overwhelming theme of the reactions was forgiveness. For years, Todd had been a lightning rod for controversy. His critics had painted him as arrogant, controlling, and obsessed with appearances. But this post, this deeply human, deeply paternal post, reminded people why they loved him in the first place. Todd Chrisley wasn't just a reality TV star, he was a dad. And no matter what mistakes he had made, no one could take away the pride and love he had for his children. The timing of the post. The timing of Todd's return was significant, and fans were quick to point it out. For 3 years, his account had remained untouched, a ghost of its former activity. Why now? Why this moment? Insiders close to the Chrisley family suggested that the milestone his son achieved was simply too important to let pass without acknowledgement. Todd had always been vocal about family values, about celebrating victories big and small, and about never letting the world forget the importance of sticking together. Even though his own circumstances had silenced him for years, this was a moment where his silence could no longer hold. In many ways, his son's accomplishment symbolized the resilience of the Chrisley family itself. Despite everything they had endured, the next generation was moving forward, stronger and wiser. A different tone. Perhaps the most striking element of Todd's return was the tone of his words. Gone was the sharp wit, the playful arrogance, and the biting humor that had made him a household name. In its place was humility, gratitude, faith. It was as though the 3 years away from the spotlight had reshaped him, sanding down the rough edges and leaving behind a man who had been broken, rebuilt, and reborn through struggle. Fans noticed immediately. "This is a new Todd," one commenter noted. "I can feel it in your words. You're softer now, more reflective. I like this side of you." What it means for the future. With one post, Todd Chrisley reignited interest in his life and the ongoing saga of his family. Fans are already speculating about what comes next. Will Todd continue posting updates, or was this a one-time return to celebrate his son? Could this mark the beginning of a Chrisley comeback, perhaps even a reboot of Chrisley Knows Best or a new venture altogether? For now, Todd has left that question unanswered. His post didn't hint at future plans or dive into his own situation. Instead, it kept the spotlight firmly where he wanted it, on his son's achievement. That choice spoke volumes. It showed that Todd was no longer chasing the attention for himself, but was instead using his platform to celebrate others. It suggested that the man who once thrived on being the center of the drama had found peace in letting someone else shine. The legacy of the post. What makes Todd Chrisley's first post in 3 years so monumental isn't just the news itself, it's what it represents. It represents resilience in the face of adversity, pride in family above all else, and the power of love to cut through even the darkest of circumstances. It's easy to forget, in the chaos of scandal and the noise of celebrity culture, that at the core of every story is a family. And in this case, a father who wanted the world to know just how proud he was of his son. For Todd, the post wasn't just about breaking silence. It was about reclaiming his voice, reminding the world that despite everything, the heart of the Chrisley family beats on. And for fans, it was a gift, the reassurance that their beloved reality TV patriarch was still out there, still watching, still loving, and still ready to celebrate the triumphs of those he holds closest. Conclusion. Todd Chrisley's first post in 3 years was more than just an update. It was a statement of pride, a statement of resilience. A statement that no matter how far life knocks you down, there are always reasons to stand back up. For his son, the post was a declaration of love and admiration. For fans, it was the moment they had been waiting for, a signal that Todd was still very much part of their lives. In true Chrisley fashion, the news was big, bold, and impossible to ignore. And though the details of Todd's future remain uncertain, one thing is clear: family remains at the center of his story. And with this first post back, Todd reminded us all of something timeless. No matter the trials, a proud father's love for his son will always be bigger than the headlines.